I'm going to explain why volume does matter. I'm going to try and persuade you to start posting more content on a regular basis so you can give yourself the best possible chances of building an audience online, but more importantly, getting more clients and candidates reaching out to you. Let's get into it. As much as I hate to admit it, Gary Vee was right.
Volume, the sheer volume of content needed for every individual or business in this room to be successful in a 2019 environment is staggering, and nobody's really making the financial or mental or emotional investment into that level of content.
When it comes to content, volume does matter. Gary Vee is pretty much the poster child of volume. He believes you should be posting as many pieces of content as possible on as many platforms as possible. Now, even though I don't agree with all of Gary Vee's advice around this particular subject, specifically for small business owners, because they are on their own and they only have a certain amount of hours during the day, there is one thing I do agree with. A certain amount of volume is crucial, especially if you're in the beginning stages of posting content. And here are a few reasons why. Number one, your audience isn't going to see every post that you release. You've got to understand, guys, that when you post a piece of content on LinkedIn, you are not guaranteed to get it in front of every single person that needs to see it. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you're attracting CEOs who run medium-sized businesses. If you're a busy CEO, you're probably not sitting at your desk scrolling through LinkedIn every day. They'll be in and out of meetings, they'll be trying to put out fires, they'll be doing 100 different things during that day, and they'll probably only have 10 to 20 minute intervals to check their LinkedIn feed. Now, if you're only posting once or twice a week, then you're greatly limiting your chances of catching that CEO when he's scrolling through his LinkedIn feed. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that you post 5 times a day to make sure your head pops up every single time that CEO is looking at his feed. But what I am suggesting is start posting one quality piece of content every single day, once a day. Now, you might already be thinking, bloody hell, Sam, once a day? I struggle posting once or twice a week, let alone once a day. How am I going to manage that? And I completely empathize, guys, because producing content is time consuming, especially if you want to keep it to a certain quality. And the trick with posting more content but maintaining a good quality is all to do with your systems. A system for generating ideas, a system for creating the posts, and a system for measuring results. But don't worry, I'm going to be making separate videos on all these topics, so keep your eyes peeled. Number 2, it takes roughly 6 to 12 pieces of content to get someone to reach out to you. That is right, to get someone to know, like, and trust you enough where they are incentivized to want to reach out to you and inquire about doing some form of business with you takes roughly 6 to 12 pieces of content. And I'm not talking about any average piece of content. The content has to grab their attention and resonate with them in some way. So let's imagine you are posting once or twice a week, guys, and let's be conservative and say that the CEO manages to spot one of your posts every 2 weeks. And if we're going off the 6 to 12 touch points, it could be anywhere between 3 and 6 months to get them to reach out. And I am not taking into consideration that some people just don't know how to write engaging content. This is a skill that really does need to be developed. And even if you are a good copywriter and you understand how to structure a post and grab people's attention, not every piece of content you produce is going to hit the mark. You're going to do some bad posts, some good posts, and some great posts. So you can start to see the time it can take to generate an inbound lead and how posting once or twice a week just isn't going to cut it, especially if you want to grow your business at a steady pace. Number 3, not being able to test your content fast enough. If you're still a newbie at producing content, then testing what your audience likes and dislikes is going to be crucial. There will be certain topics that you speak about that your audience will resonate with more than others, and this can even change depending on what's going on within the industry. For instance, the majority of mine and Ben's content is geared towards helping recruiters get more clients. But as the market started to shift, they didn't need clients any longer. They had clients coming out of their ears. What they really needed was more candidates. And so we had to listen to the market. We started tweaking and testing and seeing which types of content resonated with them the most. And if Ben and I were producing just 1 to 2 pieces of content every week, we just wouldn't get that data fast enough. We had to produce a fair amount, see what sticks, and then do more of the stuff that is working and then less of the stuff that isn't. Number 4, getting better at producing content. In a world where our attention spans are continuously depleting, where we have access to hundreds, if not thousands, of different creators that are producing high quality content on a daily basis, not to mention the fact that we are distracted with everything else going in our lives, to be able to produce a piece of content that gets someone to sit down and read it for 5 minutes to the end is a real skill. There's multiple different layers to getting this right, and it's not just about the technical side, which is, writing good copy, learning how to write good headlines, being able to speak in front of camera, editing videos to a decent quality. There's also the psychological side as well. Learning how your audience thinks, what's going to get them to click on your piece of content, and what's going to get them to read or watch it for longer. It really is an art form and a science all at the same time, and the people that have learned to master it are the ones that are winning at the moment. And just like any art form, you've got to put in the hours to get good at it. If I turned up to BJJ once or twice a week, I guarantee you I would be left in the dust, because most people there are training minimum 3 times a week, and some even every single day, Monday to Sunday. Simply put, guys, it is a competitive world out there, and to cut through the noise, you're going to have to be better than average. You're going to have to become great. So I hope I put forward a persuading case of why volume does matter and why you should consider posting more content. I would aim towards posting 1 piece of quality content every single day. If you can keep this up for a prolonged period of time, I promise you're going to start seeing better results. As always, guys, for God's sake, stay beautiful, and I'll see you on another video. Peace out.